Hello and welcome friends to 5 Minutes Engineering. In this video we are going to see one of the array operation named insertion. As the name suggests, that means in our array we want to put up an array element. We want to insert an array element, and how to do that, what are the various things related to that operation, we will explore in this particular video with an real life relatable example. Because in this example the situation is like, you all have seen movie. I have gone to see movie, okay, and when we just go to some theater, okay, to watch a movie, this is a very prominent line that we see, okay, like movie ticket line, okay. So we have to all stand in this line, okay, and then one by one, as we get chance, we get the ticket and we then go to watch the movie, enjoy the movie, and then go home after watching it, okay. But what we have to focus is on this particular situation when you are standing in that line, okay, to get the movie ticket. And here is also the same situation. Here is the ticket counter and this is the particular line, okay. And let's say your position is here respectively, means this is you standing in this particular line. And if I say there are some numbers like 1 2 3 4 and 5, what do these numbers represent, or what's the importance of these numbers, what they are trying to tell us? It's pretty simple, that this is going to be the first person to get the ticket. After that, this is going to be the person who is going to get the ticket, so hence the number is 2. After that, this is going to be the third person to get the ticket, fourth person to get the ticket, and fifth person to get the ticket. So you are lucky that you are the second person to get the ticket. But there's a twist in this particular situation, that you just see your friend coming to see the same movie, and hence he is coming to join the particular line to get the movie ticket. And you just saw him, so you just made eye contact, okay, and you are a very good friend, so you cannot let him go back of the line, okay, and be the sixth person to get the ticket, okay. So as this person is a very good friend of yours, so you will not let him go in the back of the line, okay, and get the ticket, because it will be too late for him to then get the movie ticket, because it's possibility that the movie has already, let's say, started, okay, and the starting scenes can be missed by this respective person who is your really good friend of yours. So what you will do, you have one decision, that is just go back and be in the line, wait for your turn, you will get ticket, you will miss the starting scene, I don't care. But this is not what friends do, okay. Friends do something different. What do? We all have done this. What we have done, whatever I'm now going to tell you, we all have done this, okay, in some other line or something like that, okay, for our friend. And what's that thing? Like, if we are standing in this particular line, we just look in the left, we just look in the right, we just look for the back person if he is busy or if he is, attentive. And what we do, we just step back a little. We just step back a little and make a vacant space, okay, make a vacant space in between, so that a one person can fit into that, and we immediately pull, okay, so we pulled it in a wrong direction. As we make a vacant space, we immediately pull our friend in that space, okay, and we make him stand in front of us. And now that's what is going to happen, that friend is going to stand in front of us like this. I hope you got this point, okay. Now if you carefully observe this, the situation is totally modified. It is totally different when compared with the previous situation before the friend was included in line specifically in front of you, okay. So the situation was this before, 1 2 3 4, but now what is happening, it is changing. How? See, this person number will be 1. Why? Because the friend has been inserted or pulled up inside the line after this respective person, so this number will not be affected. Still, after the insertion of friend in this line or pulling the friend in this line, this person will be the first one to get the ticket. It's not going to be getting affected. But now your friend will become the second one to get the ticket, you will become the third one to get the ticket, this will be fourth one, fifth one, and sixth one. That's how, okay, the situation is getting modified when compared to the previous one, okay. Now whatever things we have seen in this particular example, the same thing is happening when we are trying to insert an element into our array. Same thing is going to happen. Let's take an example. This is an array. Let's say this is an array with the index 0 1 2 3 4, let's say in this way, okay. And there are two things that I would like to tell you before we proceed any further. One is called as an index and other thing is a position, okay. Now the question can be given to you in any form. by using any of these two terms. Okay, they can tell you that you have to insert the particular element at a particular index or insert a element at a particular position. Now what's the difference in between that? Position is simply nothing but index plus 1 and index is nothing but position minus 1. Okay, means if you see in our real life example, this particular vacant space, whatever element will be there in this vacant space will be holding the first position, because this is where it all starts. From this direction it all starts, let's hope this way. So if it is starting from this particular point, then this particular cell will be the first one, and hence we say it as a first position. So whatever element will be sitting here, let's say it is 2, here it is, so 2 is holding the first position, so we say it is as a 1. This is the second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. So this is nothing but position and this is nothing but index. Index starts with 0 and position is starting with this respective way. It's a natural way of seeing the things, position means. Okay, now when we are coming on the insertion part, there are two things that you should know, or the two cases that you should know. The first case we call it as the worst case, and the second one is the best case that I am going to explain to you with an simple example of insertion. Let's consider that there are elements filled up in this particular array with this much. Okay, 2, 3 and 4 are the elements that are filled up. Okay, and these are the vacant spaces. There is nothing inside these two particular spaces. Okay, now let's talk about first of all the worst case. Don't go for the worst case. Let's talk about the best case first. Okay, so in the best case insertion, let's see an insertion. Let's say I want to insert an element in the array named A, and that element is nothing but 10, specifically at index 3. Okay, this is what you want to do. That means array name is A, you want to insert an element 10 in the index 3. Okay, index 3, is it vacant? It is free. Yes, it is free. So what you will do, you will simply insert it into the array. Is there any problem? Is there any difficulty? Is there a lot of work that you have to do during the insertion of the element 10 at index 3? No. Why? Because you have inserted the element in one of the available vacant space of your array data structure. That's why you don't need a lot of work to be done. Now you would be having a question, what do we mean by having a lot of work to be done? And that's what is actually happening here. If you see here respectively, what actually happened here, before pulling the friend inside the line, what this respective person, that means you did, what you did, you just pulled yourself back, means you shifted in a particular direction, you shifted in this particular direction, and because of that this person got shifted, this person got shifted, this person got shifted, and then your friend got into that particular line, correct? So this is what I am trying to say, a lot of work, that means you have to shift a lot, and that's what you are not able to do here, or that's what not you are going to do here in this case. That's why it's the best case, because you are inserting the element in one of the vacant space of the array structure. Simple as that. So that's the best case. But now I am talking about the worst case. Now let's talk about the worst case. The situation is same, that you have to insert an element in the array A. Let's say the element is 9, and you have to insert that particular element in index 0. This is the worst case. Now you see, this is really the worst case, because if you have to insert the element at this particular point, okay, at the start of the array, the first position or the the 0th index, then what will you have to be expected of doing here? Before inserting that element 9 into the array, what you have to do, you have to first of all create a vacant space. Here, and for that what you have to do, you have to make a shift, you have to move in this direction like this. Okay, so what will happen, this vacant space will be created, this 3 will become 2, this 4 will become 3, and this 10 will become 4, and here it will be a 10. So they have shifted in this particular direction to make a space for the element 9 that is to be inserted at the index 0 of that respective array A. Okay, then what you will do, you will just pick it here and just place it here, simple as that, and the insertion is performed. So now I hope you are able to detect the difference, okay, of the amount of work that we have to do for inserting the element in the first, that's the worst case, because a lot of work has to be done, and when you are trying to insert the element in the last, where there is nothing, it's a vacant space. there is no element in there. So at the last, when you are trying to insert in an array, that's the best case, because there is no work that you have to perform or do.